Welcome to Inspired Designs by Holly. Tonight we're going to be using these as a candle holder, a little canvas bag, a heart, and a little 5x7 frame. We're going to make the cutest little Valentine's sign. So to start off with, so this will dry. We're going to start off with this first, and I want it black to match my frame. So we're just going to take some black chalk paint, and I'm not sure if it's going to do better with a brush or a sponge. Ooh, this is a brand new one. This is the color ink. I can get the top off of it. I know I have another one somewhere, but we're going to see if we can get the top, get the paste off of the there you go. I just don't want to get that, sling that ink everywhere. This is called, it's not really ink, it's just chalk paint, but it's called ink, and it's black. And it's definitely black. And I got a brush and a sponge here. I wasn't sure which is gonna, hey Tracy, thanks for joining me. And this looks a little, yeah, so we're just gonna give it a coat of black paint. It may take a couple coats. I want this to match. I couldn't find like a little wooden stand to make my picture frame. So we may have to put a couple coats on this. And this looks like, let me shake it up again. It looks like it's kind of runny. So which means the all the stuff might be in the bottom of it might be in the bottom. And this is paint, but it's chalk paint. It's usually, there you go. It's usually a little thicker. That's what happened. It was all stuck in the bottom. Okay, we're going to give it one coat. I'm not going to worry about getting on the inside. We're going to give it all one good coat. And then we'll set it aside and let it dry while we're doing. We might have to put a second coat on it. Getting the bottom edge there. And then we'll do up the sides. Yeah, make a little cute little Valentine signs. Does anybody decorate for Valentine's Day? Yeah, I see where I used that paint wasn't real thick the first layer I put on. We'll lay this aside. And I stuck a little wooden block in the inside of it there, so it when I set my frame up on it, it's got something to little more support to glue the it's just a little square wooden block. Okay, so we're just going to slide this and put it over to the side. Like I said, I might have to put a second coat on it because my actual frame here. Looking for something to wipe my hand. I don't want the black paint everywhere. And I wanted something to match my frame. I was looking for a square frame, but I couldn't find one, so I said, well, this will be just as cute. This will be just a little bit bigger than if it was square. And it says I have low internet connection. I have a slow connection. So I'm just going to pull the frame out of the thing. And I'm not going to need the glass any longer, and I'm not going to need the cardboard. I'll probably use this piece of cardboard instead of putting it on the back. Okay, so we're not going to use the glass. I'm going to lay that aside. That might be another project. So, have my little black frame to set up on top of my stand. So, I have this little burlap bag that has I love you and hearts and kisses and hugs. So we're going to take this little bag, and I think I can just snip the seams open. I was going to cut it, but I think I can just, I think it's the stitches are far enough apart I might be able to just snip them. I knew I could if I had a smaller pair of scissors, but I didn't think about that ahead of time. I might just have to cut it. Oh, it's splitting. So I'm just going to take this apart And we're gonna use this as part of our sign. There you go. I do have to cut this little string at the top. And the bag pretty much opens up. Because I'm needing as much space as I can get on it. Because this frame is a little bit wider than what I had originally planned. But you see it's coming apart nicely. Just undoing the so if you're not following my page, make sure you're following Inspired Designs by Holly. I'd appreciate it. Sprinkle, share the love. You know all the things. And if you happen to catch the replay, just hashtag replay and let me know that you watched it. Okay, got one more little side here, and this will be undone. This is just a Dollar Tree little, like a burlap bag that I got. And we're gonna make this cute little sign with it. I like stuff that looks vintage. Okay, there we go. We got our little side. And I'm gonna save this piece of burlap because this piece of burlap is gonna end up being another sign or even a bow. You can make a bow out of this. So I'm gonna lay that aside. I'm gonna turn this over to my back side of my cardboard because I don't want that to show through. I don't think it will. And yes, it'll fit on that piece of cardboard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece of cardboard and I'm gonna put a little bit of Mod Podge on it. And so we have something to stick it to. So we're just gonna generously put your Mod Podge on. Make sure it's good coat on it. That way, I'm just putting it on the board. Just make sure that you get a good coat on it so that your burlap bag will lay down on it and stick to it. So I'm just make sure I get the edges really good. Just get a real good coat of Mod Podge on it. Okay. Just make sure I got my edges real good. Okay. So then I'm going to take my piece of burlap and I'm going to see if I can get this centered as far as how much space I got at the bottom and how much space I got at the top. Okay. I'm just going to lay this out on it and smooth it out really good. I love these little quick crafts. It's gonna take longer for that little black thing to dry. Okay. Now that I got that glued on there, I think that's my little corner right there. My Mod Podge must have dried out before I got it on there good. Okay, I'm just making sure. So when I put it in my picture frame, I want it to be out smooth because I'm not putting the glass back in it. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim off the excess of this. Okay. I was beginning to wonder if my scissors were going to cut. Because, you know, sometimes you pick up a pair of dull scissors. I was thinking I probably must have picked up the dullest pair there was. Okay. I'm just going by the cardboard to trim off the edges. This little piece right here wants to curl up. Okay. And down this side. I know 5 is a little early. I just haven't picked out a really good time for it yet. 9 o'clock seems to be everybody's go-to for lives. Okay, so now we have that on our board. We're going to take our frame and we're going to put it back in our frame And here's the back to our frame. And I might have to put, I might be able to get it in there. And we don't need the back on it. We can take that off. I'm trying to get these little clips. Just need to make sure it's gonna lay down in there and not push those little clips down. Because I need to push those back down to hold my picture in my frame. And we don't need this little piece on the back, so I'm just gonna break it off. I tore that piece off, but let's see if I can get a pair of pliers, we can pull this little piece off. We don't need it. Try not to chip the back of the frame too much. I'm just trying, there you go. Took the little piece off the back of it. Look at there. Isn't that so cute? It's going to be really cute once we get it. Okay. I have this little wooden heart. We're going to paint this little wooden heart red. And I just stuck my hand in on the candle holder, but it's drying up. The first coat's probably going to take longer because that paint was a little bit thin to start with. If it doesn't dry up, we'll use a dryer. I just think we just continue on with the next little step. And see, it's supposed to be kind of a thick paint. And I'm gonna paint this little heart red, and it's about the color of the red in the burlap hearts. And you can use any color, because I've got another bag that's got it's got pink hearts on it. It's one that's got just pink hearts. It doesn't have any sayings. But I had already done a lot of my stuff in the red, so I was gonna continue in the red so I could group it all together. Make sure you try to catch my lives each night, and I'm doing something different. Some nights I'm doing Dollar Tree DIY. Sometimes I'm doing chalk. I'm gonna show you how to make a bow, a rag bow out of a piece of material. So make sure you stay tuned and follow my lives. And if it's something particular that you want to learn how to do, send me a message in one of my lives or private message me, and I will see if I can figure out how to do it. If I don't, and we'll do a live on it. We'll do a tutorial. I'll show you how to do it. I've done a live every day for February so far. We've made a cute little carrot out of a styrofoam and a rope. We've made the t-shirt behind me. So if you missed any of the lives, go back and watch them. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and paint the back, just one coat on the back, just because it's going to be hanging off the frame some, and I don't want the back to show from the back side. And the front side is just about dry. And then we'll take a quick dry on it, and then I'll make sure that the black has got a good coat on it, and then we'll finish putting it together. I am gonna you put the words "Be Mine" on the front of this little heart. And this chalk paint goes on fairly smooth. You don't have to worry about too many lines. I try to go up and down the same way, but okay. I'm gonna lay this right here. We're gonna get it dry. I'm gonna okay. So we're gonna dry that, and we're gonna finish drying this. So I don't know that I'm saying another coat of paint, but I don't think I'm gonna need another coat. I think it's gonna be okay. We'll see once it's dried if it's going to need another coat. I don't think it is. It looks like it covered pretty good. That's one thing with the chalk paint. It does cover pretty good. I'm gonna sit that out of my brush and stuff out of my way. Over here to the side. We're gonna try to see if we can get this. So if you're just hopping on, we're making a Dollar Tree craft tonight, a little sign, a little Valentine sign, and then you can use this with your other little Valentine stuff that you have sitting around beside a tier tray or. See, it's, if you hold it up like this, you can see through it, but sitting down, you don't see through it. This is not getting very hot. It's drying it very slow. But this is not as loud as my other one. I can't talk over top of the other one. But it's not taking about a minute to get this dry. It's got a couple little spots on it. You do anything special for Valentine's Day? I know a lot of people tell me they go out to eat, flowers, candy. I'm not a big flower or candy person. I'd rather go out to eat somewhere. I'm not a big fan of the candy and flowers. I hate to watch flowers die. So I'd much rather go have a meal with a bunch of friends or something. Okay, this is almost done. You can check I'll put the chalk link to my chalk page in the comments. You can check that out, and you'll see that because we're going to use this little transfer right here. Today I'm just going to use the word "be mine" off the bottom of it. Okay, I'm going to let this sit for a second. And I am going to I see one little spot I missed. Because we're just going to hit it real good. And it'll probably dry, because this will dry quicker the second go round. And we'll finish up the little heart. I'll show you how to chalk that on there. The second coat is covering a little bit better. The paint was a little thin the first time around because I didn't shake it up really good. Okay. Because the top looks like it's covered better than the bottom. And that's where I started the... Got that top right there because part of that's going to show. Okay, so we'll set this aside and let that finish drying while I do the heart. And I think the heart is dry. Okay. So what I got to do is I'm going to put a little bit of wax on it just so my transfer doesn't stick to the this wax looks like it needs to be heated up a little bit. It wasn't quite dry, I don't think. I'm just trying to get the wax on and buff it off. Okay. Buff it into the piece of wood. I just put a little bit of wax on it. That just helps my transfer. And we're going to put Be Mine on it. I'm not sure I can get it straight across, but we're going to try. If not, we're going to, I'm going to put Be and then Mine. I want to kind of do it kind of crossways if I can. Let's see if it'll fit crossways. Let's see. Trying to figure out how to. I'm just gonna have to take it all the way off so I can get it going the way I want it to go. There we go. Be Mine. Right across the middle of it. And I'm just pushing it down just so that to make sure it's down good. And then I'm not going to use white because the background of my, this is more of an ivory. So this is called vanilla. So we're going to use a vanilla paste. And you just need a little bit of paste. This is a chalk paste. And we're just going to hit where it says be mine. I'm not going to try not to get in the little angel's feet. And like I said, it doesn't take much. I'm just going back now and getting the excess off. Trying to be careful not to get it where I don't want it on my anywhere else. Lay that aside. Go peel this up. And I peel it up slow so it doesn't. Look at there. Be mine. And I know it's kind of at an angle. That's what I wanted. I didn't want it because I'm going to put it on the frame at kind of an angle. I'm not going to put it on there straight. So we'll lay that aside. We'll wash that transfer and it can be used again. So, see, we're going to put this like this on the corner of this frame. Okay. And I think my hot glue gun cut off over here. So make sure that's back on. I'm going to take a little bit of this, like super glue or E6000. We're going to use just a little bit of that. I'm looking to see where it's hitting my frame. And this is just going to make it permanent. The hot glue is going to hold it until this dries. Let me put the top back on this one. And the top back on this red over here. Oh, that's the Mod Podge. So we get these tops back on. I can move these out the way so that I don't get them. And we go, see, I can't decide if I'm going to do a bow on it or just do like a jute bow. I'm kind of leaning toward the jute bow since it's more of a burlap. It's more like a country style. I have this little red ribbon with the hearts, and I have this jute. But I'm leaning more toward the jute because it matches the background of the burlap. Okay, so we're just gonna. It hasn't gotten hot yet. Okay. So let's go back and finish drying this little candle stand right here. We'll go back and finish drying that. And then we'll be ready to put it together. I gotta have this up here dry at the top so that so the glue will stick to it. And then I can mix this in with my other little Valentine things. You can see some on behind me, on my mantelpiece behind me. I'm in my workshop. The main thing is we need this top piece right here. This is where the top of the frame is going to sit up on it. And our little bow is going to go down at the bottom. Okay. So let's see if our glue has gotten hot yet. It's still. They'll have to remind me to turn that on a little quicker. So I have the jute. I think that's what we're going to make the bow. I think this is what we're going to make the bow out of. This is a little jute. I think it's going to be. I think the other is going to be more overpowering since this is done in burlap. So we're going to go ahead and make the bow while the hot glue gun is finishing up drying. And I just need a little short piece to be able to tie it off. We're going to take our jute and I will take it and wrap it around my hand like this. And that gives me a wide width. And then I'm just going to wrap it about a dozen or so times, maybe a few more. Okay. And then I'm gonna cut it off. And I am gonna put me a tail piece behind it before I tie this middle piece in here. We're just gonna tie this around the middle. And of course, this will have your little tail pieces on it too. We can use those. And this is gonna make the cutest little bow. Okay, so then we got our little tail pieces coming down. And we'll trim those up. So then I'm just going to take this piece and I'm going to go like this with it. I'm just taking it and going like that with it. And that probably would have been cute if I had a little red button to go in the middle. I do, but I don't have them. I don't have them too handy. I will take a and put a finished. I usually take and put a finished picture in the. Okay, this is dry. Let's see if this has gotten hot. Oh yes, this has gotten hot now. Okay, so we're gluing our heart on the corner here. Get that little string of glue. So I got my little heart on the corner. So now we're gonna take our stand and we're gonna put our stand in the middle. So I'm gonna put some hot glue across right here, all the way across this edge. And then I'm going to go back and, what did I do with the, what did I do with the E6000? I got another tube right here, but I don't see the first one I had. And we're going to put a little bit of this on there. This will hold it long term. The hot glue will hold it till you get it, till it dries. So we're just going to take this, I'm going to sit it right up in the middle of it. I would turn it towards you, but if I wouldn't be able to see to get it in the middle. And I boat weighted to my hot glue got not so sticky anymore. So let's put a little bit more right there. Okay, get that right there. I'm just going to hold it a minute. And then we'll add our bow. Okay, look, isn't that so cute? We're gonna add our bow right here on the front. Just trying to get that to stick. I might have to add a little hot glue in the back here to make it stick really good. Okay. I just added a little bit on the base and the back of it to make it stand up there. Look at there. Okay. So now we're going to take our bow and we're going to put our bow right here. And if you don't like bows, you don't have to add a bow, but we're going to take and put our bow right here on it. And you could use any kind of ribbon you had. It wouldn't have to be the jute. I just thought the jute would be kind of cute because it does match the burlap. I'm just gonna hold it here a minute just so it'll make sure it stays. You know how hot glue is until it dries. It moves around. Looky there. Please make sure you follow me on my page. Bless it out, share it. I'm gonna fluff that bow a little more. It's just fluffing that ribbon. So make sure you stay tuned. We've got some more chalking to do. We've got, I've got 5 projects already over in the box ready to go each night. I got some chalking. I've got some Easter. I think I got a St. Patrick's Day. I've got some general all year long pillows. I did a t-shirt the other night. So I'm hitting a broad range of stuff. But I think that turned out so cute. And everything on here is from Dollar Tree. This was a candlestick. Then we had our 5x7 frame. And then we had the burlap bag, which I think came in a set of 2. I bought a package of hearts, and then we used the, I used the Chocator transfer, and I'll put the transfer in the comment, the transfer, and I used the B-Man. It has a little cute little angel on it, and that would be cute in a frame too. Do that little, do this on a white background and put a little red, put that angel in there in gold or red, would be super cute too. So there you go. Thanks for watching tonight. Make sure you follow Inspired Designs by Holly, and I'll catch you tomorrow.